Chair, is that she says I must go to 155, and which is fine. And I also see that what is here is what I have addressed, but I want to say 152. A case against me was indeed investigated by the Hawks under case number 415 of 6/2022 in relation to the allegations of fraud for the procurement of TSCM equipment. On 12 August 2022, I authored a letter to General Masemola notifying him of this investigation and requesting him to assist me in having the investigation expedited, as I believe seemed to be malicious and an attempt to malign my reputation. A copy of this letter is attached here to us, marked as SS 26. The Director of Public Prosecution declined to prosecute. Now, when you read, and I wanted to read this SS 26 into the matter, you will understand why I'm saying it's SS 26.
Three of 10, General. File 3 of 10.
3 of 10. You have it. 3 of 10, I've got it.
432.
Right. This is the letter that I wrote on the 12th of August 2022. I think it was before I even came back to the police.
You say you came back in July.
No, I came back in July. This one is August 2022. I don't know. Yes, but I wrote this letter to the national head, to the National Commissioner, Lieutenant General Masemola, and I also wrote it to National Head, Lieutenant General G.S. Sibiya of the DPCI. Request for intervention, Hillbrook case 415, and the allegations of fraud, procurement of technical surveillance countermeasure equipment, TSCM, City of Joburg. Now, this letter, it contains a lot of the information that I spoke about, and then I was talking about investigations undertaken that led to these charges against me, because I investigated a lot of people there. Some of them affected the then city manager, and who also then took away my powers. I went to court, and the powers reinstated my powers. But of importance, what I wanted to say is that the people that I investigated were the ones who were now taking my powers. But why I wrote a letter to the National Commissioner, the point of concern, I'm going to only focus on the point of concern. Say, corrupt individuals within the city of Joburg are using members of the police service to conduct investigation to put me under scrutiny. Despite being cleared by the SSA and Moody and Robertson report, I was told by Major General Kadwa that the SSA is not the alpha and omega upon inquiring about the progress made in the investigation. It is common cause that this is a political matter and not a clear-cut administrative investigation process. Police are failing to run with the matter and deal with it for what it is, but simply fighting and creating more confusion. This cannot be allowed to continue. All the efforts to make a conclusive finding that determines any wrongdoing on my part has not been finalized to date. However, there seems to be a concerted effort aimed at still pushing this matter for further investigation, and it is unclear as to what the motive or at least the intent is in this respect. Mr. Mesuli Mlandu is making all manner of spurious allegations and working with a rogue city and some police officials who to sow the seeds of doubt against my clearance on the allegations. All these actions are attempts to cast aspersions on my integrity, both in the SAPS, the city of Joburg, national and international. The investigation conducted by the Hawks is progressing at a snail's pace when the SSA, Moody and Robertson investigation reports are available for perusal. The last one says, the matter is worrying in that it is being politicized and used as a tool for distraction. There is clearly no wrongdoing from my side. This is just an intent to investigate even other parts of my life by using the investigation as an entry point, and I find this to be extremely unfair. These allegations in the main are directed at creating an impression that I have procured and used alleged spy equipment against people of interest. My credibility and integrity are being put into question unnecessarily. The reason why I'm saying this, Chair, is that in the police, when, let's say, for instance, you have applied for a position, or they don't want you to get to that point, they make allegations and they will open a case and say, we are running an investigation, we are investigating, and they will keep it. That is why you will hear, I've been under investigation since I came back into the police. I have other documents that were given to me where they said we were looking into you, we were investigating you, we found nothing. But since I came back, you will hear crime intelligence saying, no, the investigation is at an advanced stage. We are still investigating. I've been under investigation for a very long time, even to date, and I know I'm being investigated. But as early as last year, early January, I was told by a journalist who said, we are being asked to run a narrative or about your imminent arrest because so we want your side of the story. Are you involved with drug cartels? Since as early as last year, are you involved with drug cartels? Are you involved in drugs? I don't know if I look like someone who's involved in drugs, commissioners, but I've never been involved in drugs. I don't work with drug cartels. If there's any voice, any role I've played, it's okay. I will be charged. But at this point in time, my worry is when an investigation is being kept and saying we are investigating, and it's getting nowhere. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you very much, Chair. To me, the city of Joburg is really a non-issue. And it's in fact a disturbance. Why I'm saying this? I found myself facing disciplinary hearing, facing criminal investigation, facing ad hoc commission, facing the Madlanga Commission. All of these people, every day, I'm going to that lawyer to meet this one for labor, I'm going to that one to meet this one for this one. Every day someone is talking about you, you've got to listen to this one. This one was talking about you, you've got to listen to you. I call the lawyer and say, please listen to so-and-so talking to me. They say, we can't sit and listen, we've got to wait for the commission to send us the statement. Now, this side issue of the city of Joburg, it's matters that were investigated, re-investigated, double investigated again by other role players, public protectors, city of the Hawks, Lord, with the same person complaining, refusing to accept the results. Now, to me, I'm sitting here wasting my time on having to respond to the issues of city of Joburg, where they were ventilated and they were investigated properly. Even the Hawks investigated and the DPP declined to prosecute. The public protector cleared me. There's been many legal. So I just want to say, if the chairperson is saying, look, we are comfortable, I will walk through and leave it. But this is a thing that I was prepared to address once and for all, because there's no grabber, there's no spying equipment. These are the allegations. There's no corruption that I was ever involved in the city of Joburg. To me, it's a complete waste of time to deal with the city of Joburg at this point in time.
Ms. Killian, do you wish to comment on this?
I think what we've heard up to now, Chair, covers most of the topics that were ventilated by other witnesses, and I think we can move on to paragraph 158.
Or not even 152, to 158. 150, oh sorry, 155.
Can I come in, Chair?
Yes.
I think it's paragraph 155.
Just a minute. 150, 155.
Thank you.
Thank you. 155, General.
Thank you, Chair. When I was asking, Chair, whether I can come in, if there's going to be any question that comes from the city of Joburg in relation to the city of Joburg, then it compels me to go through my statement. But if the chairperson says we have dealt with it and we are happy, then I can say let's go. But if at some point I'm going to be expected to respond to the city of Joburg, like I'm saying, to me, really, the city of Joburg is just one of those distraction that I'm facing. It's being pushed to just distract me and keep me more busy than what I'm facing now.
No, the point is more this, General. Because sometimes you go ahead of the part of the narrative where you are. So you end up dealing with parts of your statement that come later. You end up dealing with those earlier. So it's on that basis that we say we think you have dealt with the parts that we referred to. That cannot mean that you will not be questioned on those parts. If there's a need for you to be questioned on those parts, you will. And I don't think you will be prejudiced because you know the story. You know about Joburg, and you say you've been engaged about it by so many persons and entities. So you know about it. It's not as if you will be taken by surprise if you are questioned on it. Am I making sense?
You do, Chair, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm ready to proceed.
Thank you. 155, then start with the heading.
Maybe before you do that, General, let me just clarify something so that there's no confusion, at least in my head. When you spoke earlier, and I'm asking just to clarify, not because I think there's any significance to it. It comes from what you said. You were speaking about General Mkwanazi's comments about your promotion after you returned, and then you said something about, I think you said policy is that you get promoted, there's no, within 2 years or something. Can you just explain that?
If you were promoted now and you were made to be let's say a brigadier, you've got to stay at least 2 years in that rank before you can start applying for another position or be promoted to the next level. Okay. But 2 years is where you need to push for that. In other words, if I was promoted as a Major General in 2010, within 2011, and all of a sudden I'm again promoted, it's considered to be an irregular appointment. Okay. And that is why you had one of the witnesses testifying in the ad hoc commission about the possible appointment, I think General Kumalo, if I'm not sure, but I don't want to get into that space because it's not my testimony.
Yes, and you say General Mkwanazi was promoted outside of that policy, or contrary to that policy?
Yes, because he was promoted in 2011. Yeah. And then within that year, he was promoted to become the acting national commissioner. Okay. And then within a day, I think a day or two, he was then promoted to become a lieutenant general.
Okay. The reason I ask, and you can say if it is a typo, and I'm really trying to see if it's a hard and fast rule that was complied with all the time. In your statement, you explain that you returned to the SEPS in 2022 July in the role of in the position of, or rank rather, of Major General, and then in the next paragraph, you say in July 2023, which is a year later, you were then promoted to Lieutenant General. That seems to suggest that rule was not consistently applied in the SEPS.
No, I think the Commissioner is making a mistake. Remember, I was promoted as a Major General in 2010. Okay. And I was reinstated
as a Major General.
As a Major General, as if I never left.
Okay, I understand.
So which means it comes all the way.
Okay, no, I'm answered. Thanks for clarifying. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can now go to 155.
155.
155.
And you can start with the heading.
Chair, as she told